My next guest is on the front lines of this story. Van Coleman grew up in University City near Ferguson and has been at the protests since they started. He joins us now from St. Louis. So, Van, there are a lot of questions about when the grand jury will come down with its decision. What has the wait been like for you?
First off, I just definitely wanted to say thank you for having me on here. To answer your question, wait has been, for the entire city, I would say excruciating for the most part, because for the most part, we know what they're going to say. Nobody does that much preparation and much preparing for them to do the right thing. For them to say that they have been stockpiling weapons and training the National Guard as well as over 1,000 police officers for the past 3 months on the proper way to handle possible rioting or anything like that. For anybody to do that much to do the right thing, that just logically makes no sense.
Why are you so convinced that the grand jury is not going to indict the officer?
Because when the governor, when the governor sits there and tells you we have 1,000 police officers there, we have the National Guard, we have armored trucks, which I've seen with my own eyes just driving around the city, and they tell you that they're also stockpiling weapons. On top of that, they set up the entire city of St. Louis under a state of emergency. Who does all of that to tell you, okay, yeah, we're going to indict them? That absolutely makes no sense.
So how do you feel about that? Do you feel safe?
No, I don't feel safe. None of us do. And the reason why we don't is because we didn't feel safe in the first place. When Mike Brown was first killed, when we were just doing the candlelight vigil, all of those cops came out there with riot gear and guard dogs. We never felt safe in the first place. When we were doing all of our peaceful protesting, which we still are, we were getting guns pointed at us. I had an M16 pointed at my face. There were women and children who were being tear gassed and shot, so none of us have felt safe at all. So to know that they're doing more than what they were doing beforehand, this doesn't make any of us feel comfortable.
Tell me a little bit more about that, about what it was like for you growing up and what it's been like for you growing up in this area in terms of your interactions with police.
Well, one thing people have to understand is that St. Louis, Missouri is one of absolutely the most racially diverse yet segregated cities in the world. And you all can, Google all of that information if you want. Knowing all of that, the police officers, they do this thing where it's called DWB, and I hate to use that terminology on your show, but it's called driving while black. Basically, I've had instances where I have been pulled over and, 4, 5, 6 cop cars pull up behind me just because they felt like doing so. There have been times where I thought I absolutely was going to die just because they felt like going ahead and messing with me at that moment. I've had plenty of my friends who have been beaten, who have been to jail.
Sorry to interrupt, but I want to get a sense. So when they pull you over, what do they say to you? Do they give you reasons why they're pulling you over?
Oh, of course. They try to sit there and tell you something like your life's not on or you have a busted head. Like they do the crap that's like that, but that's not true. And the thing is that when they run they run my ID, they realize that I don't have any priors, I don't have anything going on. So for the most part, when you sit there and you do the yes sir, the no sir, and make sure your key is out the ignition, it's very demeaning as a black man. Just feel like that you have to speak to somebody in that manner for them to understand that you're okay, that you're not going to do anything crazy to them, so it won't trigger them off. And it sucks that you have to feel like you have to speak to a police officer in that magnitude. It sucks that I have to feel like that I have to approach them as if I'm beneath them in order for them to leave me alone. And that's been my entire experience as a black man here in St. Louis, and that's been a lot of our experience as that I should not have to fear the police. But that's something that I was taught as a child, how to handle myself when it comes to cops. And that's a talk that a lot of us have had to have. But now it's coming to a head to where we can't even go to a corner store and get a turkey sandwich without getting 17 shots and loading into us for no reason.
Now, do you feel differently when it's a black police officer that stops you?
No, I don't. And sadly saying that because I have cops who are friends. I have friends who are cops. And I don't feel any different. I don't feel any different because we tend to have the exact same issue with them. But it is clearly showing you, just as it shows as that young man who was, air quotes, accidentally shot in New York just a couple of days ago, walking in his apartment. Why would we ever feel that comfortable when they can accidentally continue to shoot us and we're continuously unarmed? Yet you look at my city right now, and they have the entire National Guard here with guns pointed at children, but we're the ones who are so-called being rowdy. We're the ones who are so-called putting people's lives in danger.
What do you
They
think
are
is
shooting people.
What do you think is going to happen if you're right and Darren Wilson is not indicted?
To be absolutely honest with you, I can't confidently say that things are going to be completely peaceful. I can't confidently say that. And the reason why I can't say that is because these police officers and this militarized police has been being nothing but the opposite of peaceful the entire time that we've been trying to get justice and we've been trying to get all of this set up. The entire time all of this has been going on, they have been shooting, they have been tear gassing, they have been doing all of these different things, and yet people continue to want us to be peaceful. You have not heard not one report, one accurate report that says any cop or anything has been damaged. There's only, in 107, 108 days, there's only been 1 day of rioting. So to know all of that, and we've been peaceful, and then for them to also not do the right thing, I can't sit here and confidently tell my people, okay, yeah, you guys just keep being peaceful because they're going to keep shooting you. They're going to keep killing y'all, but keep being peaceful. I can't confidently tell them that, and I can't confidently say that that's how they feel. So if they do react in a certain way, the world cannot be angry. If anything happens that is out of character from what it is that we've been doing, the world cannot look at us like we're animals, anything like that. They've been treating us like animals for the past few months. They've been treating us like animals since we've been here. You cannot get mad that we decided to react.
Van, it's obviously a difficult situation for you, but we appreciate you taking the time to talk to us today. Thank you.
No problem. I thank you very much for having me.